Hello, my name is Teacher Stephanie, and today I'm doing an updated interview demo walkthrough because VIPKID has changed out some of the interview demos, and the one that I taught, not many of my referrals are teaching any longer. A lot of my referrals are getting a demo called My Feelings. So today I'm going to walk through the My Feelings demo. If you want to open up your PowerPoint and just have it open to the side and have this video open, then you can go through the slides at the same time as me and get a good look at them that way. I'm just closed. I have to open it back up again. Sorry if I'm not looking at the camera. So a few things I want to say. Don't wear green and don't wear anything low cut. I'm already done working and I'm breastfeeding, so that's the reason for this shirt. But yeah, wear orange. That's the VIPKID. It's their signature color. It's not required that you wear orange, but by wearing orange, you already look like an employee. It shows you showed some initiative, invested in an orange shirt, or found one in your closet, whatever. Wear a lot of makeup. Heavier than this is probably better. I have a little bit of makeup on, but not too much. If you look in your own mirror and you kind of start looking a little bit like a clown or like you're ready for a night out on the town, then you've probably got enough makeup on for it to be pretty visible on a webcam. It takes a lot of makeup. Oh, what else? Oh, the interview time. When I did my interview, it was supposed to be a 15-minute long interview lesson. The interviewer stopped me at 7.5 minutes. We discussed what went well and what they wanted me to improve on, and then we continued the rest of the lesson. It does not appear that this lesson is supposed to be 15 minutes long, just by the number of slides. There are only 9 slides, and VIPKID always says spend about 1 minute on each slide. So I'm assuming this is supposed to be 10 minutes long. I'm not sure. So go by whatever your paperwork says, definitely, and adjust your time accordingly. But I would assume this is supposed to be about 10 minutes long. They're probably just trying to speed up their interview process is what they're doing. Oh, and before I begin, too bad you've already listened to 2 minutes of me. If you're watching this on YouTube and I didn't email it to you directly, you can hit the fast forward button and you can watch this in half time. So it won't take so long to get through. I didn't know that when I was practicing and I watched all of my videos in full time. It took a lot of my day, or days, I should say. I practiced for a few days. So yeah, hit the fast forward button. It'll sound kind of funny, but you can get a general idea in a much faster way. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin. The very first slide, it says my feelings. So I'll do the walkthrough. I'll show you what I would do for each slide, but then I'll kind of commentate and talk in between them as well. So my timing is not going to be, it's not going to be 10 minutes because I'm talking in between, but try to spend about 1 minute on each slide. So the first one is called My Feelings. It's the introduction slide. I don't usually read that title. I don't usually read My Feelings or Culture, America and China, whatever the title is. I usually don't read it, especially if it's the first one in a unit because the student doesn't know that word yet. So I usually use the introduction slide just to introduce myself and to get to know the student. So I would open up this slide. I've got my PowerPoint in the middle. I've got my student and myself. Hello. My name is Teacher Stephanie. What is your name? Hopefully they've said hello and told me their name. If they don't tell you your name or their name, one of the things you can do is write their name down on a whiteboard. Let's say this student is, let's say Andy. My name is Teacher Stephanie. What is your name? Is your name Andy? Sometimes they'll say, yes, Andy, or something like that if they don't know the phrase, my name is Andy. Most of the students do know that phrase because even in the trials, even the beginner level students that are going to be in the very first unit with VIPKID, they send them prep material and it goes over my name is, how old are you, and how are you? So hopefully if they've practiced with their parents or they have a parent sitting with them a lot of times, then they'll know how to say that. Your interviewer most likely will say my name is and tell you their name. So after I do my name is, I usually, if it's a new student I haven't met before, I normally ask how old they are. How old are you? Usually I follow this question carefully unless they answer me immediately with an example. I'll say, are you 5 years old? Are you 6 years old? And usually the student will tell me, they'll figure out, oh, how old are you? That's right. How many years am I? And they'll tell you, I am 5 years old, or they might just say 5. If they only say 5, you can say, I am 5 years old, and try to get them to say it back, and then, clap, applaud, whatever. High five, give them some positive reinforcement. The next slide is the reward system slide. I don't use the VIPKID reward systems. There is a large variety of them. They repeat. So you can use them if you'd like to, but I get bored with them, so I don't use them. I use my own. I use virtual reward systems on Manicam. But if you want to use this one just to be safe in your interview, I did the tooth reward system for my interview. You can. So on this reward system slide, you would just go over how that reward is going to work. You would just tell them to say, when you do a good job, and I would make sure you have a monkey for this, and a banana probably. The monkey gets a banana. Oh, backwards. Yum, 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 and, make him eat the banana and make it an exciting thing. I don't use this one, so I'll just do it the way I normally do. Instead of doing this one, I skip the slide completely. I actually don't even show it when I do it with the students. I introduce my award system on the first introduction slide. The one thing I did want to point out on this is it says at the bottom, it says if the monkey or if the student does not do well, the monkey loses a banana. And I do not recommend taking any of the bananas away. I would never reward a student for doing something good and then take it away for them not doing well. I might not give them another banana for not doing well, but I would never take away something they've already earned. And I'm not sure, why that's in there, because I'm not sure how VIPKID feels about that. Either, because we give out 5 stars and our secondary reward system, and you're pretty much always supposed to give out 5 stars. The only time you give out less than 5 stars is if there's a severe behavior problem. It's never for just the student not cooperating. So I don't recommend taking bananas away or stars when you begin working. So anyway, I would ask my student, since I use different reward systems, I would say, do you like ice cream? Do you like ice cream? Yes or no? And normally the students will tell you yes or no. They'll just use the one word, or they'll say, I like, or they might even be able to say the whole sentence. Yes, I like ice cream. Good. When you do a good job, I will give you ice cream. When you do a good job. So that's going to be my reward system. But you can do the bananas. Like I said, it's sometimes safer to stick with it. All right, so the next slide is the warm-up slide. It's about my feelings. This is where you're introducing the different feelings. It says it's a poem, and it says read the poem together, line by line. First of all, don't read the whole first line. This level student's not going to be able to repeat that entire sentence. That's too long for them. You need to break it up into parts. So luckily, this one has a nice comma, and I think 4 words is usually fine for most of the kids. Sometimes you got to go 1 or 2 words at a time, but usually 4 is fine if you say it slow enough. So I would turn this into a song. I wouldn't just read it. I would turn it into a song. Reading it's going to be kind of boring and mundane. Especially with a small student like this, a young student. So I'm going to do to the tune of Frere Jacques. It's not going to sound perfect. The songs and the lessons don't sound perfect when you put them to tunes, but we often use Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, Frere Jacques, Row 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 Your Boat, familiar tunes to do different songs. So this one is, I'm going to do Frere Jacques. So let's sing, la la la. Some teachers have cute microphones and they'll sing in the microphone and then they'll hold it out for the student. I don't. So sometimes I'll hold out my marker if they're not getting it. Sometimes I just put, my hand to my ear to signal that they need to sing too. When I am sad. If they don't repeat me, then I'll start using my marker. When I am sad. I often mouth what the student is supposed to repeat. It kind of, I'm not saying anything. It kind of tells them they're supposed to. I feel like crying. Hopefully they're saying after you. Good job. When I feel angry. I look this way. If they're having a hard time, you can slow it down. when I feel angry. You might even need to say, when I feel angry, and even slower than that sometimes. It really depends on your student, and it depends on your interviewer. They're looking for adaptability. If my student can read these perfectly fine, sometimes they'll start reading them and singing them without me. And if they do, I just listen to them sing. I don't sing. Sometimes they can do the 4 words and we can just go back and forth and they'll do it perfectly. And sometimes they need to take it 1 word at a time. So it really depends on your student, and your interviewer is going to make the same thing happen. They want you to adapt how you're teaching based on how the student's doing. So anyway, the last line is, when I feel happy, I smile all day. All right, and I just keep listening to them. Make sure that you talk a little louder during your interview, and probably a little clearer than I sound. I've been sick for several days now, so I'm kind of all gummed up. But just make sure that your words, are very clear and that you're speaking nice and loudly. So anyway, my student has sang with me, so I would say, great job singing, la la la, you get a star and ice cream. And then sometimes I pretend to eat it. You're going to have monkeys and bananas if you're sticking with the regular one. So like I said, have a prop and have the monkey eating the bananas. Even if you print out that rewards sheet and you use it, then you can have a little cutout monkey and cut out bananas to tape to it, and then have the banana come over and eat them too. Something exciting besides like, yeah, you just got a banana. Something to make it cute and exciting. The kids will usually giggle and think it's a lot of fun. Something like that. And don't worry about me saying you get a star. I'm just really accustomed to it. You're not going to be giving out stars in your interview, but you will be in your lessons. All right, so the next slide says, find the sound. This is review. They already know this letter. What letter is this? And I would circle the M with my mouse. You can manipulate the slides by drawing on them, and so can the student. So I would circle. They tell me letter M. That's great. If they don't, what letter is this? I'll ask them again and really try to get them to tell me. If they don't, this is letter M. I'll give it to them if they really need to know, but it's review, so hopefully your interviewer knows it. Sometimes the students don't remember from your previous lesson, and you do have to tell them. M. I'm not going to give directions saying, does mouse start with M? What letter does elephant begin with? I'm not going to say any of that. I'm going to say, mouse. I'm going to circle that mouse. If you have a picture of a mouse, hold it up. I wouldn't hold up a different one, honestly. I would hold up that little printed picture. You might want to have one printed out, but you don't have to. You can just circle on the slides. The kids are accustomed to that. Mouse. Mouse? Yes or no? Mouse. Yes! Mouse starts with M. I'm hoping they'll repeat that whole sentence. Mouse starts with M. Good job. Elephant? Elephant? Yes or no? I usually kind of make it sound ridiculous when it's a no answer, so they're like, oh, that was not right. And they'll probably say no. Elephant doesn't start with M. Elephant starts with E. If you have an E, you can hold up E too and review E. I have one. I just didn't have it. Oh, mine even has an elephant on the other side. I just didn't have it with me. So you can even show them the E. That's a great review as well of the letter E for a moment. All right, and then move on to monkey. Monkey? Monkey? Yes or no? Yes! Monkey starts with M. Good job! You get a star and ice cream. Kids kids really like to high five you, so sometimes I'll high five them. Sometimes if I don't want to give a reward, because a regular lesson's going to have 25 and 25 plus slides a lot of times, up to like 33, maybe 35 I've seen. 33 I see sometimes. That doesn't mean that they're long. Some of them are shorter. That's why there's more slides. But yeah, I can't give out a star every single slide. So a lot of times high fives, they like that a lot. Clapping, they like a lot of different things like that. All right, so the next slide is blending sound, blending sounds. So it says teacher reads the letter name and sound of each letter. So if you have flashcards, again, for this is great. My B is close by. I'm going to use a lowercase one just since I have one. B, 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 B. Egg. I underlined the B. When I got to the B, I underlined it. Now I'm underlining the EG, egg. You can also use a whiteboard if you want. If you don't want to use the slide, you can also use a whiteboard. That's always a good thing to do. B, B, B. Egg. B, egg. Bag. B, egg. Bag. You want the student to repeat it with you, and you don't want them to just say bag. You want them to repeat the sounds as well. You might get an interviewer that just says bag quickly. Good job. Yes, bag. Egg. Bag. You want them to do it all. So, tell them to do that part. L. 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 Egg. Egg. L. Egg. Leg. Good job. Very good. Good reading. My student may or may not know what reading means, but if you say it enough to them, when you get repeat and regular students, they'll start to learn what it means. So I do tell my students good reading, good pronunciation. That's usually with the older students, but they start to catch on what those things mean. So you can just say good job, or you can say good reading sometimes if that's what they're doing. All right, so the next slide, I have many feelings. This is like the chunk of our lesson, right? It's called My Feelings. This is, what we're really going for, the target. The first line says, I have many feelings. You can start with that one, but I'm going to start with the smaller ones and then bring it back to the feelings. So I'm going to circle Lily. Lily's the name of this character. I'm going to circle Lily. I feel sad. Can you make a sad face? I feel sad. Get the student to make a sad face too and say, I feel sad. Good job. I'm going to circle Smiley Lily. I feel happy. I feel happy. Hopefully the student knows I want them to make the faces now, so hopefully they're making the faces with me. I'm going to circle Angry Lily. I feel angry. I feel angry. Also, when I say the words like I feel sad, I feel happy, I feel angry, usually not when I'm doing it because I'm using my hands and stuff, but usually when the student's repeating it, I underline each word. When they say I feel sad, I underline each one of those words with my mouse. So they're making that connection. Oh, that's the word I, that's the word feel, that's the word sad. Because if not, it's like if I saw a sentence in Chinese symbols, I don't know what they mean. And my children are taking Chinese lessons and I still don't know what it means when it's, an entire sentence. So I try to underline as they read each word. Now I'm going to bring it back to that top sentence at the top. Sad. Happy. I'd underline these words when I did it. Angry. Like I said, when the student did it back, that way I had my hand free. I have many feelings. I'm underlining it as they say it. They might not say it the first time. That's a bigger sentence. I have many feelings. Sometimes if you say it slower, they can get it. Sometimes they won't. I have many feelings. You might need to break it into two parts. Do whatever your interviewer, your student needs. That's what you have to do. great job. High five. Psh, you get a star and ice cream. Nom, 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 nom. Good job. All right, the next one says, meet Dino and Lily. I'm circling Lily's face. How do you feel? I don't want to give them this answer. I want them to remember, I feel angry. So I'm going to wait for them and I'm going to mouth it and I'm going to make the face. If they don't give it to me, I'm going to wait for a moment, but then I'll give it to them. I feel angry. Good job. I'm going to circle happy Lily. How do you feel? Hopefully they've just came back with, I feel happy. That's the easiest for them to remember because these kids are so sweet and they usually are happy. I've got one student, we're going through a feelings lesson and she's so cute. She'll say, I am mad. And she's like grinning the entire time. So usually happy they can remember. So yeah, if they say them both, then yes, great job. High five, high five. Very good. You get a star and ice cream. Good job. All right, next one is shoot the ball. Angry. Circle angry. Angry. Can you draw a line to angry? Draw a line. I might demonstrate my whiteboard. I'm definitely going to demonstrate on my lesson slide. I'm going to pick that yellow face because that yellow face is the one that you can't tell with the most. That would be, maybe that one's sad. So I'm going to show them with the yellow face. That way I don't have to worry about them confusing that one. Angry. Can you draw a line? Draw a line. Hopefully they draw a line from the red face and they draw a line from the green face. If they don't, then I might give them another example and I'll do the green face because the red's the most obvious. Very good job. Now I'm circling happy. 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 Can you draw a line to happy? They might do it right away because they know what we just did. They might have already done it. And then you just reinforce it. Happy, yes, this is a happy face. Or I am happy. That's even better. That's the target sentence. I am happy. But if they haven't done it yet, you can just say, can you draw a line? And you can do it from one of the happy faces. They both look pretty happy, so it doesn't matter which one you pick. Maybe the further away one. Some kids use their mouse really slowly, so maybe the further away one, just so if they are one of those slow kids, then it doesn't take up too much of your time. All right. Since this lesson is so short, it's really odd to give an award or a reward every single slide. I don't. That would take up a lot of time. So I'm actually just going to save my last one for the goodbye slide. Andy, you did a good job today. You got 5 stars. I give the last star and 5 ice cream scoops. I'm going to pretend I mean the ice cream, and I always do that. The kids love it. And they will get up in the screen. You'll see like their whole mouth, and they'll pretend they're eating it too. Andy, it was so nice to meet you. They don't know what I'm saying, but they know that I'm happy to meet them. You did a good job. I will see you next time. Goodbye. Goodbye, Andy. Great job. Goodbye. All right, and then, you on your regular lessons, you'll be able to exit the classroom or close your camera. And if you've got one of these, and this is great, mute your mic and stay in the classroom, but start doing your feedback. Feedback should only take 5 minutes or less in between classes. Usually every once in a while, it'll take a little longer than that because I'll have something lengthier or more specific directions I want to give to a parent if the student needs to work on something. I can also mute when I'm coughing. Mm. Um, when I need to go over something really specific with parents, I have a kind of pre-written out feedback that I use. So it only takes me 5 minutes or less. I just input how, good or, not good the student did, what they need to improve on, I should say. So it takes 5 minutes or less. So anyway, I don't suggest closing your camera after the end of the lesson. But if your interviewer, if your interviewer, just stares at you, you can close it and then reopen it and be like, yeah. So how did I do? Pop back in. But yeah, at the end of a lesson, that's what you would typically do. You would actually go ahead and close your camera and either do your feedback, or if you've got to go to your next class really quickly. I try to do my feedback in between my classes. In between the 5 minutes. So when I'm done with my last class, I'm done. I'm done for the day. I'm done at 9:30 every morning. I'm off for the whole day with my 4 kids and my husband, who are being very quiet right now. They're all awake right now. They're very, very quiet. So anyway, that is my walkthrough of this lesson. Like I said, this is 25 minutes long. You're only going to be teaching this for 10 minutes. So you definitely don't want to take 25 minutes. Discussing everything. You just want to go for it. So you can, like I said, you can fast forward through this and watch it a lot faster, and hopefully that helps. You can slow down, pause, just watch the strategies on the slides that you need specifically. Like I said, this is just a walkthrough. This is just a guide. This is just to give you some ideas of how you might teach these slides. Incidental language is the extra talking that they do not want. So like I said, on a lot of them, I don't give directions. I don't give long, lengthy directions, at least. Can you draw a line? And I show them happy, and I might underline happy. Angry, and I might underline angry. I'm not going to say, can you draw a line from the angry faces to the angry word? Yes, the red face is angry, the green face is angry, the yellow face is angry. One thing you can do, though, is if your kids are blasting through it and it took you 5 minutes to get to that slide, you can expand. What color is this angry face? What color? If your kid's really advanced and flying through it, they might know their color words. Yes, the angry face is green. Very good job. Green, whatever I'm wearing. That's one way to expand, because sometimes you have fast kids and you actually need to expand. And most of the time you're worried about not having enough time, but sometimes you're like, 5 minutes left, 2 slides. What else are we going to talk about? So you can always expand to colors are always a safe bet. The kids love animals. That's always a safe bet. But it needs to be, somewhat related to the lesson. You can't be like crazy, out there. I might say, do I have any animals that look happy? I don't really have. I have realistic animals. I don't really have faces. I would say if I had, like a smiley face goat or something, I might say, how? Or I might say, is the goat happy or mad? Something like that. Anyway, there are lots of ways to expand. But yeah, put your own spin on it. Make this your lesson. Put your personality into it. Have lots of props. I didn't have a ton of props for this lesson. This lesson's pretty short. It doesn't require a lot, but a lot of these things you can print out. So like the angry face, you could already have one printed out, so you could just stick it to your board and then draw the line instead of drawing it. Same thing with the happy face, reward slide. You can print that out and you can keep holding it up. They do like it to be visible the whole time. So if you actually have a way to hang it behind you to have a whiteboard or something and have your secondary reward system, they like it to be visible the whole time so they can see them collecting their bananas or whatever they're collecting. So if you can have it visible the whole time, that is a plus. They do want it to be visible the whole time. But anyway, that's how I would do this lesson. This is not the one I was interviewed on. This is not the one they hired me for. Like I said, mine was longer. But this is just a general guide to kind of give you an idea of how you can go about it. So I hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you so much if you're already my referral. I spend a lot of time communicating with my referrals, as much time as they need. I have some referrals that ask me, 5 or 6 questions and that's it. They go on their way. I have some referrals that I talk to daily until they are hired, sometimes for 2 or 3 weeks at a time. So I do invest a lot of time in my referrals, trying to help them get this job. It's a great job. I love it, and I do really want everyone to have it. I won't lie and say that I don't like the referral bonus money. It's in my interest for you to get hired too. But it's just been such a blessing to my family. I actually just really, really wish everyone had this job, because it's I've never been happier teaching. It's all of the things I love about teaching, with none of the stress that went into my brick and mortar teaching job. So I was on unpaid maternity leave when I took this job. I was supposed to return this school year. It's pre-planning right now. All of my teacher friends are like, "Oh, pre-planning. My room's a mess. It's meetings all day." And I'm like, "Yeah, I took another year off so I could say I'm gonna breastfeed my baby, and I'm not missing pre-planning." I'm so glad that that's you guys and not me. So yeah, this is a great job. I love to help my referrals. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. A lot of people contact me that are not my referrals. I do answer them. I do try to help them get hired too, because this job is just a blessing and I really want them to. But it's hard to invest a lot of time in someone that's not my referral, when I have so many referrals I do need to talk to. So if you don't have a referral yet, but you've already started the process, you can email them my code and ask that you are added to my referral list. If you already have a referring teacher, please talk to them and ask them all of your questions, and have them assist you, because, like I said, it is a very time consuming thing. It takes me away from my family, to do things like this. So if there's no monetary amount involved, it's not that I don't love to help people and I don't want you to get the job, but it's unnecessary time taken away from my family that's not going to to benefit us financially and pay our bills. The other thing is, if you haven't applied yet and you want to be hired and you would like me to be a referral and communicate with you daily if you need it, then my referral link is below and you can click on it and begin the process, and it will add you to my list. My name is very easy to find on Facebook. That's how a lot of people communicate with me, because there's only like 3 people or 4 people on Facebook with my last name. You can find me there and chat with me, and I'll be happy to answer a lot of your questions and hold your hand as much or as little as you need. Send you videos, whatever you need, to get hired. So thank you so much. I know this is super long, 30 minutes now. Whew, I always do that. I talk too much, but that's what you don't want to do in your lessons. Don't talk too much. All right. Thank you so much, and goodbye. Goodbye.